welcome, Claire. Claire is a contact through our partners in Taplow, France. And you will introduce yourself, of course, and also have a session that we do like we have done before, that we have cut out in small groups, and also have this big meeting in the beginning. So you will introduce us and let us through the subject. So the screen and the everything is yours now, Claire.
Thank you. Marin, would you like to do the introduction, or do you have a word?
But can you stop sharing your screen so we can see your face? And then people
Sure.
can see you bigger.
Sure.
But yes, before you start, so I will introduce. As most of you know, we developed more and more leadership advisory in France. And one area where we have identified more and more needs is on sustainability. Last time I was speaking to you about the sustainability for human resources, but Claire is actually our expert in change management for sustainability around environment. And this is why I asked her if she could continue this series of topics around diversity and inclusion that are led by Emma, because she can give us a perspective on how we at Taplow can contribute to sustainability around the environment. So Claire is actually one of our experts, and she goes to our client, or we can collaborate with her when we see the fit for such an expertise. And now, Claire, I hand over to you. Thanks a lot for the time. Stage is yours.
Thanks, Marin. Thanks, Emma. I'm very happy to be with you today virtually. So please just raise the hand if something is not clear during the presentation. I will have 20 minutes talking, and then we'll have some participative time. So Emma, when I first speak to her, told me, I'm sure we can do better regarding sustainability as a HR specialist. So that's why I try to focus on this purpose today, how in your work you can integrate this more. So we'll share my screen.
Claire, je sais pas si c'est normal, mais t'as plus de son.
Yes, excuse me, I was just having technical issues. So this begins now. Do you see the screen?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes, all good.
Yes.
Yeah. So today we'll focus on sustainability and environmental impact for Taplow. So who am I? So welcome everybody. I'm Claire Iffenecker. I'm corporate social responsibility specialist. So I'm working since 20 years. I've been working since 20 years for companies to help them to integrate this corporate social responsibility stuff from the inside, and recently a little bit more from the outside, and also with coaching tools. And the aim of today is to reflect on how Taplow partners could contribute to the social and environmental transitions of companies. So, first of all, the definitions. What is sustainability? it's a social goal for people to coexist on Earth over a long period of time. Sustainability usually has two dimensions that you may know: economy, society, and also environment. So both economy and society are constrained by environmental limits. We all live in the planet. And the corporate social responsibility is commonly defined as a business model in which companies integrate social and environmental concerns in their business strategy, operations, and also interactions with their stakeholders instead of only considering economic profits. So then I choose a kickoff image for you. So since the 17th, global resource extraction has more than tripled from 27 to 92 billion tons in 2017. So, and then global natural resources consumption is forecast to rise 60% by 2060, compared with 22 levels according to the United Nations. Then I wanted to share with you one perception survey which is done by World Economic Forum every year, which speaks about risks and global risks and ranked by severity over a short and a long period of time, 2 years and 10 years. So companies have to cope with that. So you see the risks. There can be technological, societal, geopolitical, environmental, and economical. So in 2 years, one big risk that they shared, those experts, is misinformation and disinformation. So we know that in our countries. Second are extreme weather and events. We can all see that. And societal polarization is the third one. And you see in 10 years, the environmental issues are forecast to be the 4 first risks. So definitely when companies will have to deal with that more and more. Some inputs very operationally to help reflection for everybody. I like 3 concepts to work and to speak with leaders in companies. TCO, it's the total cost of ownership. Every time we say, oh, it's economically, it costs a lot and so on. But when we choose a project, you have the purchase price and you have 80% hidden costs. So all those environmental and social are hidden costs. So if you take them into account when you do a choice, for example, when you buy a printer, if you just negotiate the material and you don't see the consumption and so on and so forth, all the costs of the companies are not taken into account. So I use that a lot with purchase companies and for leaders, and they understand this hidden costs and purchase price very, very easily. Then also speaking about value chain, business model that describes the full range of activities needed to create products and services. That I told you before, you need resources, you need human beings to make a company perform. So speaking about value chain helps a lot. And then the third concept is circular economic. Maybe you know it, but the figures are very astonishing. 90% of the resources we take from the ground to produce something then are just disposed. So recycling, making, using, reusing, and remaking. The circular economy is 5% of the economy for the moment. So we can do better, definitely. And what about HR? So what I observe is all jobs and level of function will evolve. Here's the skills, our needs, and needs of specialists is growing. So you see sustainable finance and taxonomy specialists. The taxonomy is a classification system establishing lists of environmentally sustainable economic activities to facilitate sustainable investment.